How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Zach Hicks, your resident film nerd of HorseshoeHuddle.com, and of course, your favorite co-host over at the Locked On Colts podcast. We are back with yet another 5-minute film room here for the channel, and we're diving into Mekhi Blackmon and his play at outside corner. I know that Blackmon is going to move to the bench after this week when Mooney Ward comes back on the outside, but I think Blackmon's played some pretty good football this season, especially in the last couple weeks after he got over some of those gaffes he had early in the year. And I thought he was particularly solid against the Atlanta Falcons. There was that penalty in overtime. I'm not going to dive into that penalty because it annoys me because it was not a penalty, but for the rest of the game, I thought he played exceptionally well for the Colts and was a big part of how the Colts were able to limit Michael Penix Jr. at quarterback in this one. So let's dive into a couple of his clips here. Obviously, his biggest play of the day came on this third down. Colts are going to be in man coverage with Mekhi Blackmon on running back Bijan Robinson here in the backfield. And what we see from the Atlanta Falcons is they are going to motion Robinson out into the outside outermost receiver here, and they're going to try this like tunnel screen to their star running back to get him in space with the numbers. And this should be a huge play for the Atlanta Falcons. You know, we got man coverage here. If Drake London's able to get out here and block Mekhi Blackmon, you know, you can get Bijan Robinson versus Sauce Gardner in the hole, and with Gardner's tackling issues, that could have been a big play for the Falcons. But Blackmon does an exceptional job here flying downhill. He points out, he identifies the screen before anyone else does, flies downhill, makes that play in the backfield, and the Colts are able to get off the field on third down. But aside from just that awesome play against the screen, I thought Blackmon had a few other really good coverage reps as well. Here, the Atlanta Falcons want to isolate him against their speed threat on the outside with Darnell Mooney. They know that the Colts are going to be dropping into, I think this is like a quarter, half type look. So we got quarter, and then we're going to get a little bit half here with Sauce Gardner. Now, we get Cameron Bynum coming downhill a little bit and covering the middle, so it is a little bit muddy. But overall, you know, we are trying to get this quarter, half type of look here. And what the Falcons want to do is they want to get their speed threat and Mooney on this out and up. They want to get Blackmon to commit to that out route and then get Mooney on in space up the top of the screen here. And Blackmon just sits on this route perfectly. He gets really good depth, keeps his eyes on the quarterback, so the quarterback doesn't really commit to that out route. And what we see from Blackmon is he kind of recognizes what's happening here. He does get his feet ready to drive on that out route, but once that out route is not really an option, we see that quick speed turn to the outside, get his head around, stay on top of that route, and Michael Penix Jr. is just forced to throw this ball away. So they tried to isolate their best speed receiver in Darnell Mooney on him on the outside, and Blackmon just has excellent footwork, excellent eyes, excellent athleticism to stay on top of that route, shut down the play, and force the throw away on that one. Colts ran a lot of man coverage in this game, and Darnell Mooney was the guy that Mekhi Blackmon was lined up against on most of these plays. And I think he does an exceptional job on a lot of these of just running his guy to where his help defense is. So we see here with the Colts, you know, they like to run a lot of these 5-man pressures, 4 or 5-man pressures, and we're going to get here where he's going to stay on top of this outside route. And he knows that he's going to have this inside help with Cam Bynum just playing this kind of robber role over the middle and Nick Cross playing that deep safety. So when he knows that he's got the help to the middle, whether if this guy goes deep, he's got Cross over the top. If this guy breaks in, he's got Bynum. So what we see from Blackmon is he plays really, really good outside leverage the entire time. Stays on the outside hip of Darnell Mooney. So as Mooney's trying to stair step, lean on him, and get that middle separation, Blackmon's just able to run him into that help where he's got Cameron Bynum, pointing off to Bynum as well, saying like, hey, here he's into your zone, carries him deep as he tries to shuffle back away from the help defense over the top and stays on that route the entire way. Excellent coverage there from Blackmon. And yet again, here on another third down, I think this is, third down here late in the game, playing that outside leverage on Darnell Mooney because we know we're going to have help to the inside with Cameron Bynum over the top. And he just plays this route exceptionally well. As Mooney wants to work back to the outside, Blackmon knows, like, hey, I've got my help to the interior, so I can just stay on that outside hip. So if this receiver, like he does here, tries to work back outside or work a comeback, Blackmon's sitting on that because he's got help to the outside and help over the top. And as a result, it takes Mooney completely out of this play. Blackmon is all over him entirely, and it forces, the bad throw to the middle of the field here from Michael Penix Jr. But yeah, overall, I thought Mekhi Blackmon played very well in this game, just aside from that dumb penalty in overtime that, again, I think was more on the ref than on him with that one. But for the most part, I thought Blackmon had a really good game in this one. And even though he's not going to be a starter going forward for the Colts with Mooney Ward coming back on the outside for the Colts, I think he's going to be a big part of this defense, going to get out there a lot for the dime looks and some certain nickel packages as well. And I'm excited to see what he can do. I think he's gotten better and better every single game. And I think he's going to be a big part of this team going forward, even if he isn't a starter on defense with the return of Mooney Ward against the Kansas City Chiefs. So good stuff from Mekhi Blackmon. I think he's got a little bit too much hate this year, and I've enjoyed watching him, especially these last couple weeks.